married such wonderful men with Scott and also with Jonah. And so we're going to be hearing from families. So first we're going to hear from Stacey.
Those of you who don't know me, I'm Stacey, one of the two privileged women fortunate enough to call this amazing woman Mom. I am heartbroken. I know I am far from alone. We have lost a beacon of love, of light, of joy, of generosity, of positivity, of vitality. We will never be the same. As I'm sure you can imagine, this past month was laden with a range of the most intense emotions I've ever known. And I want to talk about one in particular, the one that most embodies my mother's character, that most defined her spirit these past 6 weeks, and the one I know my mom would want me to focus on, and that's gratitude. Gratitude for a life lived wholly and completely, a life devoted to everything important to her: parenting, travel, philanthropy, friends, and a readiness to pursue any fun or cultural opportunity that came her way. Her most meaningful focus, of course, was grandparenting, and boy, did she invest. She planned every week devoted to driving back and forth between Laguna and Los Angeles, attending every school event, every birthday party, every milestone, and even found so much joy in the mundane, like picking up carpool or helping with the daily grind. But she wasn't just the fun grandmother that spoiled her kids with everything they wanted. She was also fully committed to knowing each grandchild intimately by caring about every detail in their lives, while also teaching them values which have molded them into the amazing children that they are. She told me recently there was literally nothing more she wanted from life but time. She had no bucket list. Certainly before and especially after her diagnosis, she acknowledged the unique blessing of her life that she spent every day with the freedom and ability to do what she loved. She openly communicated that despite her grim prognosis, she felt lucky and loved her life and made peace with it being 70 amazing years. Not exactly the common response from someone living with a terminal diagnosis, but that is who my mother was. She had it all, and the best part was that she knew it. The only missing piece to her puzzle was filled 6 years ago when she connected with her. Her beautiful relationship with him made her life perfect and complete, and she told me this constantly. Her, I will forever be grateful to you for the way you love her and the way you looked at her. You are family to us always. During this past month, my mom and I also focused on gratitude for a mother-daughter relationship that could not have been closer. We communicated openly and honestly, enjoyed each other thoroughly, appreciated each other immensely. She always knew how much I cherished her, and I always knew how proud she was of me. We weren't afraid to go deep. We cuddled often, and I know so many of her relationships had the same level of closeness and intimacy. She gave of herself fully. She was beyond selfless. She was always there for me any time I needed her, physically, emotionally, financially, and always with a smile, positive spirit, and full devotion. Nothing gave her more joy than seeing her children and grandchildren happy. Evan, Zachary, Alyssa, Benjamin, Joshua, Chloe, Jordan. You added so much joy and meaning to her life. You all were the sparkle in her beautiful eyes. And Daryl, we were an amazing team this last month, and I'm so comforted to know the joy it gave her that we together honored and took care of her through her last breath. She left this world feeling the love and pride of her legacy. And perhaps even more surprising, she even felt gratitude in relation to her prognosis. She was grateful that her death wasn't sudden, nor would be drawn out over a long period of suffering. From the moment she learned of her terminal diagnosis, she hit the ground running to make the absolute most of every moment she had left, through time spent with loved ones, practical planning, raw, honest conversations about her life and her impending death, timeless art projects with family, a legacy video made for her grandchildren. None of this could have been easy for her, but she cherished the unique opportunity to create closure on her life. My mother approached her death in the same way she approached her life, with grace, dignity, and bravery. She faced death head-on in a way very few could have had the physical or emotional strength. And she recognized the amazing blessing that in being able to prepare for her death, she was able to truly feel the intense love coming from others and realized how she positively impacted everyone around her. She left this world with a solid core of self-esteem that she so rightfully owned. She felt grateful for the opportunity to leave this world with nothing left unresolved. There's a Jewish concept that we all have a very specific purpose in this world, and when we fulfill that potential, we're free to move on without regret. This is comforting to me because it's so clear to see and appreciate that my mother lived her life with such focus, purpose, accomplishments, and joy. What more was there for her to fulfill? She did it. She succeeded in life and in death. She is such an inspiration to us all. So now it's my turn to express gratitude from the woman I learned it all from. Thank you, my sweet mama, for giving me a vision to emulate and a path to follow. You are a model for who I strive to be as a mother, a friend, a future grandmother, please God, and a Jewish woman. Simply watching how you've lived your life and witnessing everything that you stand for is the best gift you could possibly bestow. You have given me roots and you have given me wings, and now it's time for us both to fly. So many have commented recently how much we look alike and how much we are alike. I'll take it. There could not be a bigger compliment. You are the truest depiction of an Ashes Hayel, a woman of valor, and you will never, ever, 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 ever be forgotten. I am beyond proud to be your legacy.